Hello, you amazing souls. Welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes of Wellness. Yo, and Asanki Soul TV. The girl failure, the FaceTime, the magic. Happy Love Month. Happy Love Day. If you celebrated Valentine's Day on Monday, I hope you had a beautiful day. You got spoiled. And first and foremost, you spoiled yourself. And that brings me to the topic of what I wanted to share with you all today. I was part of a beautiful love festival over the weekend, filled with amazing speakers talking about the topic of love, romantic love, love beyond romance, and just self-love, all the good stuff that I love to jam on. And the story that completely opened my heart and blew me wide open was a story that a 13-year-old boy shared. And the host of the community I'm part of, the Great Community, is a man named Adam Rower, and he is a poet. He writes beautiful poems. He's a poet, and 4 years ago, his poem, "All Who You've Been Looking For," went viral. And through the festival, there was a participant who shared that his son was doing a school project on love. And the project he was doing around this poem. And he asked his son, like, who's the poet? Asked him some stuff about the project, and his son said Adam Rower. And to this guy's amazement, he was like, "Oh, well, no ways! I've been following Adam for a while, and I'm going to be part of this Love Festival this weekend. I have to tell him, what's the chances." And he got an opportunity to share this story with Adam, that his 13-year-old son was doing a poem project around his poem and his poetry, and he was sharing love at school at 13 years old. And this really just it was such a goosebump moment, for them to come full circle. And Adam then asked if the next day, when he's doing his session again, if he could be introduced to his son. He would love to ask him a few questions. So the next day, he got to meet his son and asked him what inspired him to, use the poem and what was the project about. And he continued to say that in his speech and debate class in English, he was asked to do a project around love. And so what he created was posters that he was posting around the school with a QR code. And then when people scan the QR code, it gets taken to his poem. And Adam was so blown away in that moment of the impact that a poem he wrote 4 years ago that went completely viral, that's touched many lives, that I've shared countless times. And now it's circulating at schools. And this 13-year-old boy was really touched by it, and now he's spreading love. And it was such a heartfelt moment. It was such a beautiful moment, a testament of the connection between him and his dad and what love means to him. And then Adam asked him another question. He said, if you could change anything in the world, what would that be? And he said he would want people to stress less. You would want people to breathe more, to chill out, to not take life so seriously, because stress is linked to, potentially dying and takes over your entire life. And the wisdom from that 13-year-old, that the 13-year-old can see how stress is impacting not only his family, his friends at school, his teachers, his community at large, and how if you could change anything, that would be the one thing that you would change, because the quality of life would change ultimately. And even though I sat in this 3-day festival and I've learned so many amazing things, I'm integrating them all right now. As I've shared before, when you learn anything, integration is key to keep the momentum going. Or learning stuff just brings things into your awareness, but without following through, without taking action, without integration, nothing changes. Awareness just brings you a chance to create change. And it just brings you choices. And so sitting in the audience, watching this unfold, listening to this 13-year-old, I just felt this immense emotions rush over me. I felt so hopeful in the youth. I felt so inspired by this family story, because obviously the son is learning something from his family because he's a product of them. He's seeing something and he's creating change because of it. And it just blew me away that this little kid was doing this with no intention of ever meeting the poet. Now I got a chance to meet him, got to say thank you for his work, got to, share his insights. And the main takeaway from this entire event was the wisdom I received from a 13-year-old. And it just reminded me that no matter what life throws at you, it's all happening for you. There's a lesson, there's a blessing, there's a gift in it. And we just need to slow down, take a moment just to breathe, to understand what's unfolding in front of us, to stress less and to enjoy the gifts of life. If the season of the pandemic has taught us anything, it's taught us that our lives are, fickle. Time is not guaranteed. And you hear this countless times over and over and over. And I think hearing it from a 13-year-old, hearing it from a kid who is spreading a love where he could probably be bullied for it, he's not listening to the new rap song, he's not, maybe spreading love isn't cool, but here he's making radical change in a small way, but it's in a big way, spreading love. And so my gift to you and what I want to share with all of you is how this story really impacted me. And I shared the story with my mom and dad yesterday, and I saw how the story impacted them because the story also impacted his dad. And I saw how he again shifted and opened up vulnerably to share that he wasn't always the perfect father. He doesn't have a father, he didn't have a role model. But through his life testimony, he's learned that he gets to be that role model for his kids today. And he gets to share love and be love and embody that for his family. And so that's how we become the ripple in our lives. It gets to be that simple. It gets to be that easy, sharing a simple act of kindness, a simple act of love for yourself and to another every single day. So that's my gift that I want to share with you. And what I really, really am honing in on this year is to stress less, to enjoy life fully, and to surrender and receive the gifts that's all around us because it's ultimately grounded in love. When we show up from love, when we give love, we get love back. And so I want to encourage you all to be love, be an embodiment of love through all you do. Even when you're feeling all the things, you can still choose love. And that's my message. And my lesson, my 5 minutes of wellness for today is to just anchor in. Ask yourself daily, what would love do? I'm going to leave you with all of that. I'm going to link all the stuff below. I'm going to share that beautiful poem below. Listen to it, feel it, embody it, breathe it, sleep it, share it, do what you got to do. And I'm sending you all so much love from my heart to yours. Have a blessed rest of your week. I'll see you guys all next week for another 5 minutes of wellness. You go, fails. Chat to you soon. And again, comment down below what you learned so far this month. Love you lots and see you all soon.